Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. 7-time Emmy Award winner Allison Janney, along with Tony Award winner John Benjamin Hickey and Corey Hawkins, are returning to Broadway in the new production of John Guare's 6 Degrees of Separation. Under the direction of Trip Cullman, it will open on April 25th at the Barrymore Theatre, and we drop by the rehearsal room to meet the company. First of all, welcome back to Broadway.
So thrilled to be back. Oh my gosh, and I've been so lucky. The last play I did was The Normal Heart, and then this play, these two masterpieces. You know, it's if it ain't on the page, it ain't on the stage. And John has written one of the great plays, one of the great American plays ever written, and I think it's such an important time to be doing it.
I so vividly remember, I think I saw this like 6 or 7 times up at Lincoln Center. Why do you love the play?
I saw it as well more than, it was just when I was coming out of drama school. I saw it 2 or 3 times myself, and when I was offered it, I was like, oh, I only saw it like 10 years ago, 25 years ago. But then you read the play, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's maybe even more relevant now than it was then, because it's about people striving to find common ground, trying to find the thing, the fiber that connects us as human beings, and that we're much closer to each other than we are far apart. And I think in the world we live in the country we live in, those themes resonate very, very, very deeply for obvious reasons. And then I think it's an incredibly funny play, and I was looking for something funny to do. And then, of course, added to that is the greatest piece of icing ever, which is Allison Janney. I think this is my 7th job with her. We've known each other for the better part of 30 years, and to have that in the person you're playing opposite, to have that kind of trust and that, like, you know when you're loving each other and you know when you're working each other's last nerve, is a good thing. It's a built-in intimacy.
What an incredible cast. I mean, working with Allison Janney and John Benjamin Hickey.
Yeah, I know. I'm a lucky guy. I really am. I look around the table at rehearsal sometimes, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is, you know. But sometimes you have to remind yourself, because they're such down to earth people, and it's so fun to kind of be around and hang around, and the room isn't as, you know, it's a serious play. We take the work seriously, but you know, you can't take yourself seriously, and so it's great to have these vets of the stage. I mean, and of theater and film and television, you know, and to bounce off of them. They're letting me in, you know, and allowing me to kind of play as well, and it's a dialogue, and I value that. I really do. It means a lot to me.
You know, a lot of people will be coming to the theater for the very first time because they know you from film and television, and it's going to change their life. I remember the first time I went, what that all means to you.
It's special. It really is. I mean, I didn't even think about that. I don't think about that as often, but it's true, and that's the value of what we do as actors, and to be able to do different mediums, to have people and bring them into the theater and show them what it's like to sit to when the lights, that magic moment when the lights go down and the lights come up on the stage, and it's just, you know, and you're sitting in the audience with a bunch of other people watching these people pretend on stage. I mean, it's like, it's so childlike and so innocent at the same time, but so powerful, and that moment, I mean, it's so special. And so to be able to give that gift to somebody, and Allison and John are doing that as well. I mean, it's surreal, and it's such a good tool. Yeah. So I'm excited about that.
I have goosebumps already just listening to you here.
It's crazy, man. It's awesome, and I'm glad to come back to the stage. I felt that when I was doing Romeo and Juliet on Broadway. It felt surreal, you know. All these people were like, I've never seen Shakespeare a day in my life, and then they got to see that. A lot of people they know 6 Degrees of Separation, but they don't know 6 Degrees of Separation, and they're going to find out.
You could have written this yesterday.
Horrifying. I mean, I'd thought that, you know, after Obama was elected, you just said, oh, you know, it'd be a post-racial world. Everybody will have money. You know, it's going to be everything is. And now the issues of the play that we all tamp down, that we try to sit on, are all back, or even in a more tense spotlight today.
It's so interesting how history keeps repeating itself.
or it doesn't change.
Yeah, exactly. That's the scary part.
It's not that it doesn't change, that it doesn't repeat itself. It's all this eternal return. It's always just waiting, like the ocean. Boom, I'm here waiting. I'm here waiting. I'm here waiting. So happily and unfortunately, the issues of the play, I hope, still make it relevant. So it would be lovely if that happened.
I was talking to all the actors, and I love to ask them what that first table read is like for them. What was Monday's table read like for you here in the rehearsal room?
That rare pleasure where you have a cast where everybody in the play is on the same page, and that is a playwright's dream, where everybody is involved in telling the same story and understands the spirit of the play.
I'm going to call you Mr. Broadway. What a season you have this year.
Thank you so much. It's a dream come true, really.
Tell me what it's been like working with John Guare.
Well, he's my playwright hero. I saw this play. I'm a native New Yorker, and my parents, like all good liberal Upper East Side Jewish parents, took me to the theater like other parents take their kids to church. And this was a formative experience seeing this play as a freshman in high school. And now that the fact that I get to do it myself, and John is in the room every day with us, and he's reminiscing about all these anecdotes and stories that he experienced that made him write this play. It's like I keep pinching myself and thinking I'm going to be waking up from a dream, but it's reality. It's amazing.
What was Monday like for you? I love the first table reads.
Yeah, it was meeting all those wonderfully talented young kids who play our children in this. I was a little, I didn't sleep the night before. It was like first day of school,
Even you?
Yeah, oh my God, yes. I was terrified coming in, and I felt just judging myself the whole reading, like I'm terrible. Oh my God, they're going to fire me. I'm terrible. Like that whole thing going on in my mind. And Hickey, I knew, was feeling the same way, so I was hitting him under the table, and he was squeezing my hand. And but I was so glad I had him to hold on to, because I knew he was feeling the same way. But it was
amazing that it happens to people at your level.
Oh my God, I don't think there's anybody who doesn't have that happen. They'd be lying if they said, or if they are, I hate them. God.
Trip Cullman, your director.
I know Trip, who I've never worked with before, and I'm so excited. I've heard so many great things. My went out in L.A., Beth Bears, who was on Two Broke Girls. We share the same stage at Warner Brothers, so she was like, "Oh my God, you have no idea how lucky you are to work with Trip Cullman. He is hands down my favorite director ever." So already I love him. I'm going to his opening tomorrow night. He is a lovely, lovely man, and I cannot wait to dive into this with him. Only second day, but I'm in love. I'm a little in love.
So what's it like being back? We've missed you. I have to tell you, we fell in love with you in all your shows, your musicals, everything you've done, and we were so happy to hear your name. I'm like, I watch you on TV all the time. I mean, you're masters of sex stuff with Bo Bridges. I mean, everything. Your hit comedy, but I mean, we miss you here.
I miss me here too. It's always been my intention to come back here, and I think I probably will. I keep fantasizing about getting a place upstate New York, and just, I see myself doing a lot more theater in the future. I want to come back and do more.
What does it all mean to you being back now? I mean, you're in a rehearsal room again. It's like your third day. What's it all mean?
It's a little bit overwhelming, because I'm still in production with Mom. I just finished a movie called I, Tanya, about Tanya Harding, that my friend Stephen Rogers wrote. I did in Atlanta, so I'm a little bit in a bit of a washing machine. I'm a little overtired right now, but I know that when I come back, after I go back and finish up Mom and come back here and settle in, then I'll be able to just enjoy the whole experience and love being back in New York and being in a play, getting to be in a play. This is the man. I mean, this is the man that's making it all worthwhile.
That's the only reason I stepped into frame.
Because,
But this is, I told you, it doesn't happen in film, it doesn't happen in TV, but in the theater, you all come full circle again, and you work with the people you love the most.
Yeah, it makes me cry. It makes me so grateful. Really, really so grateful to be back on the Broadway.